there, how are you? Mourinho here, BSN TV, the special one, you all know me. What have we got for you this week? On the soccer show this week we've got a rundown of all the pre-season friendly scores for the Saturday past there, and we're also going to give out quite a few mentions to a few of you guys out there, so I hope you're all going to watch here. Hello there, Mourinho here, BSN TV. We're back with another season of the BSN TV Soccer Show. It's great to be back. It's been a long summer. It's been a long hot summer, which is absolutely fantastic I think for everybody else there. The weather has been great, you know, I've got a bit of colour. I hope you've all got a bit of colour yourselves. One thing I've been browned off with as far as the heat's concerned is there's been very little football to watch on TV, and anything there has been worth watching has been the ladies UEFA Championships, which I'm sure you're watching yourself, and it's been absolutely fascinating. Now, on more on the local level here, the Milk Cup is ready to start in the next couple of days at the Ballymena Showgrounds. It's going to be a fascinating handful of days there. There's a lot of games in Brisbane. We actually have Clough being used this year for the first time ever. Clough with their whole new setup out there. I was out there covering quite a couple of games at the end of last season. They were good enough to host 2 cup finals, which was absolutely fantastic. And a great surround and a great pitch and great changing area and great facilities. Top notch, and fair play to Clough there for getting the Milk Cup game. There's a handful of games out there this year, along with, as I say, Brisbane, and quite obviously our own Ballymena Showgrounds. Some more on the local situation here as far as the Ballymena Saturday morning league's concerned. There has been pre-season training going on all around the town as last 5 or 6 weeks. I've been taking part in it myself. Notably, I'm down £63 completely and entirely, which for me is a miracle. It's been life-changing for me. It gives me a chance to get back on the route of football again. It's something I love, it's something we all love. You know, and you can never take football. You can take football out of a man out of football, but you can't take football out of a man. It's as plain and simple as that. So what we have here is obviously after the pre-season training camps there with most of the squads doing quite a bit of training there. We obviously had a handful of games yesterday. Now yesterday there must have been 13 or 14 games. I have the results here. I'm just going to read through some of the results. Some fascinating results too, but let's reiterate the fact that friendlies are friendlies and that the results don't matter. It's about preparation, it's about getting players on, taking players off, seeing what way the ball can move, seeing what efficiency you can get with certain players on the field with each other. You know, so we'll start off with Atletico Antrim, who were playing in Antrim against Hollywell. Now Atletico Antrim were lucky enough to win a 2-1 win there. We have Carnlough Swifts, newly promoted 2nd Division champions and George Macaulay Memorial Trophy champions from last year, promoted to the 1st Division this year. They played out a 0-0 draw with Ballywalter Reg, with quite a decent result. And they have now set up a reserve team who were unlucky enough to be defeated 3-1 with Cushendall. Now last season's Ballymena Saturday morning league champions was Harryville Homers. Now Harryville Homers have played 3 or 4 pre-season friendlies this year. They have strengthened up their squad from last year, really going for to try and make a 2-year hit this year here to try and carry away the 2nd league trophy in 2 years. Now they played at Grove yesterday and they're going to beat it 4-3. I'll reiterate the fact again, results don't matter in friendlies. I'm sure they had roll on, roll off players, but they suffered a 4-3 defeat against Grove there. Now Glenravel, I was actually at this game myself, having been part of the Glenravel setup there for the last couple of weeks. Glenravel were playing the Seven Towers, who were very, very highly touted as being possible promotion favourites for perhaps even championship favourites for the 2nd Division. Now Glenravel beat them 2-1. Glenravel are a 3rd Division team. I reiterate again by saying that you know, like, it doesn't matter about the results. It's the roll-off, roll-on player situation, whereas you're not going to have your best 11 on at all times. So results really can't be taken for granted. But a fantastic confidence boost for Glenravel there, having won 2-1. Now Michelin, a tremendous result there at Kilroot. They have beat Kilroot by 6-0, and I'm sure Rob's very happy there. Rob and Bobby Carson there, Rob Cocky and Bobby Carson and all the boys. A fantastic squad of lads they have. Now Clough Mills, they have beat Steadfast, Atletico Steadfast. They have beat Atletico Steadfast 5-1, a great result for them. And Steadfast will be hoping to try and maintain some type of stability in the 3rd Division this year, which is quite obviously, I'm sure it's their aim. We have Connor then, battle of the villages here. We have Connor, who defeated Cullybecky 7-3. FC Antrim defeated Westlands Young Men's Club by 1-0. We have Carnini Rangers, who beat Riverdale 5-0 at Wakehurst. A Big Stevie Turner there, hi Steve. Big Stevie Turner, newly took over manager last year of FC Molina. They have defeated Wellington Rec by 5-0. A good confidence boost for Big Stevie and his squad. We have St Congos versus Larne Tech Old Boys, which is more like a Larne stop the boat type of derby there, you know. But in a friendly, it's not a derby, of course. St Congos played out a 0-0 draw with Larne Tech Old Boys. Now, my dark horse for the season in the 1st Division, this is Clough Rangers. Now, Clough Rangers yesterday were defeated 2-0 by Hanover, a German named team, by the way, from Portadown. Now, fascinating game, but for me, Clough Rangers are my dark horse for the season because they played Harryville Homers last year and they had a fantastic game, and they actually were one of the teams that brought the Homers to a 4 last season, whereas they gave the Homers a game. And I just have to turn around and say to myself, if they were able to sustain that mobility and stability for us for a longer period of time this season, I reckon they can do a wee bit of damage, you know. They'll definitely be a top 4 finisher. They're actually in the top 4. Can they go on? Can they win the top 4? Can they get that First Division Material Cup to their 4? Can they go on and win the championship? I don't know about that, but I'll tell you what, they will not be far away. And I wish Clough all the very best. Randallstown Sky Blues defeated Woodvale by 1-0. A fascinating result for them. Waveney Swifts, the actual pitch we're actually standing on here is the Waveney Swifts. It's my first team, my first love. I played football for Waveney when I was 16 and 17. I grew up in this neck of the woods, you know. Waveney Swifts defeated Woodside by 6-1. Now, Waveney Swifts were one of the teams who were defeated by St Congles in the playoff at the end of last season, but due to complications they had been promoted because one of the teams had pulled out, namely Dunloy, of the First Division, which obviously ran down, where they had finished, I think it was 5th, and they didn't qualify, therefore they gained the position, so they're now in 2nd Division. So all the best to Waveney Swifts this year. I'm an old Swifts man myself. Now, All Saints Old Boys played Ballysillan at the showgrounds today. I was down and watched 20 minutes, maybe half an hour of the game. Ballysillan were the team that knocked All Saints Old Boys out of the Junior Cup, or it may have been the Junior Shield there, at the start of last season. All Saints got their own bag. Having said that, it was only a friendly, but it was a quite tightly contested friendly, and All Saints ran out the 4-3 winners. Now also, next Saturday is the 3rd of August. It sees the start of the season. We have a full card on the 1st and the 2nd and the 3rd Division, which I think is absolutely great. I can't reiterate the fact by saying that how much I have missed coming and watching games and coming and taking pictures at games, although I'm going to be taking part in most of the games this season on my own behalf, hopefully whenever I get a club to sign for. The following week will be the Monday, the Wednesday and the Thursday. There'll be games there that minute. That's going to go on for a status right into the dark nights of what you could be talking the middle of September there. And I think it's great. It's just everybody, there's a lust about it. Everybody wants to see the football happening again. The post is up, the post is nicely painted here, as you can see. Rob at the Waveney, both pitches as well marked out. They're all nicely grass cut. There's a smell of football again. Everybody wants to get playing again. You know, the big crowds out watching the good summer nights. Hopefully we get the weather right, you know. I have a couple of situations here that I just want to actually give the Sir Mourinho tips for the season. Now, I'm going to tip 3 players for the season to watch out for. I'm also going to tip 3 teams. The 3 teams I'm going to tip is for the winners who I think will win the First Division, the 2nd Division and the 3rd Division. I'm going to start off with the First Division. I think Harryville Homers can carry on the trend from last year. The situation is, for me, they have signed 2 or 3 other players, and I think they have strengthened that squad up that they had from last year. It doesn't mean to say that other teams haven't signed players to strengthen their squad up. It's a heartfelt thing that I think that the Homers have stepped on farther forward. I think they're ready to step on up the grade. The defeat yesterday against Grove, it means completely and entirely nothing. It's absolutely salt in the wind. But the situation is, I feel personally that the Homers can go on and regain the title again, or they can defend the title again, which is a fantastic feat if they can do that. There's absolutely no doubt about it. In the 2nd Division, from what I've seen and from what I've heard and from what I've been involved in and from what I can sniff and smell out and about there, 7 Towers Rangers. Now, they were defeated this morning by Glenravel, a 3rd Division side who are going for the 3rd Division. Now, there's absolutely no doubt about it. Results mean nothing. I'll say that again. Results mean nothing in friendlies. Of course, you want to win and you want to try your hardest to get a win. 7 Towers have signed 3 or 4 top-class First Division players. They have played First Division football for the last 3 or 4 years. They also have a nucleus of a strengthened squad from last year's 2nd Division side, who just missed out on a promotion through the playoffs by a goal to Ballykill. Now, the situation was, they have signed Big John Kitson from Randallstown Sky Blues. First class player, great man at holding up the ball, can move, can get away from man. He's like a snake, he slips and slides. Very, very attractive player up front. Number 2 is Leslie McCaughern, has been in the engine room of Carniny Rangers, won the title 5 times in a row, has won numerous cups, experienced to the bond. You know, you can't knock that. You can knock this, you can knock that, you cannot knock experience. Leslie isn't getting any younger, but he's still as fit as what he was and he's still able to do that job. He can spread the ball about the middle of the field, and with him to link along with Alan Telford, who won a championship with All Saints Old Boys, and a couple of trophies there as well last year and the season before that. You know, Alan has abundance of experience at the top class level in the Saturday Morning League. Therefore, I feel that makes 7 Towers very, very credible this season, and they're my tip for the 2nd Division, and I wish them all the very, very best. Now, for the 3rd Division, I've looked around a couple of teams there, and it does seem to be a 3 or 4 horse race. Of course, there's maybe 12 or 14 teams in it, so everybody's there by a shout. You know what I mean? There will be teams that won't be competitive as what others are. For me, I'm not siding with a club that I was with, but from what I can see at this moment in time, Glenravel, who defeated Seven Towers here this morning at Dunfane, they beat them 2-1. It was a very competitive game. Both teams tried hard to get the one, and chances were on both sides and both halves. Now, I have to say that having been involved with Glenravel there for the last 3 or 4 weeks, and their spirit in training, and how I think they are training hard, and what they're trying to do in training, I think the grip, ammunition that they have there, I think that they definitely have something that's going to work hard. And it's going to be hard for somebody else to defeat them. Now, Gogorn Blues is there as well. Big John Kirk has just taken over. And I think, John, I know you've got injuries there. You know, I'm very, very sad to hear that. Obviously, I spoke to you there the other day. And, you know, a great friend of mine you are, and a great guy. I wish you all the very best. I hope you get able and fit very, very soon. And Big Dinger Bell out there. Dinger's a great friend of mine too. Dinger will be playing a lot of passion for the team this year due to his father passing away. God rest your father, Buell Bell. There, Dinger, for you. But I think Glenravel are just a team there in the 3rd division this year. And that concludes the BSN TV Soccer Show for this week. Now, this is only a start. This is only for things to... We're only starting to stir the soup here at the moment in time. We're going to get better. Things is going to get better, and everything has to get better, because we're all winners. We're all playing the BSML. We're all playing the Saturday morning league. We're all looking forward to a game of football. And this is Sure Mourinho, BSML TV, BSN TV Soccer Show.